Hello everyone, welcome to the U.S. Immigration. This week has been one of those weeks where everything seems to move at once. People waiting for green cards finally saw a few signs of life in their cases. Others woke up to unexpected delays at consulates overseas, and many applicants inside the United States spent the last several days trying to understand what the newest travel ban discussions could mean for their families. December is already an emotional month, but this week carried a different kind of weight, the kind where every small update feels meaningful, because so much is at stake for people who have been waiting, hoping, and preparing for years. In this video, we're going to walk through all the major breaking updates from this week in December 2025. What's happening with green cards, visas, EAD processing, and the latest discussions around new travel ban actions being considered by the Trump administration. If you are liking this video, please hit the bell button, subscribe, and like it so that you can get updates straight to your smartphone. Now let's get into the video. This week began with a wave of conversations coming out of Washington that caught a lot of people's attention. Officials inside the administration confirmed that they are actively reviewing immigration from several regions previously listed under earlier travel bans, and the early signals suggest that an expanded pause is being considered. Nothing official has been signed yet, but the tone coming from DHS and the State Department indicates that preparations are already happening in the background. Some embassies have started quietly holding cases for review, and a few applicants reported that their interviews were rescheduled without much explanation, something that usually happens when a policy shift is nearing final approval. Inside the United States, people with pending green card applications noticed a different kind of movement. Several USCIS service centers began updating cases that had been sitting quietly for months. Many saw their actively reviewed status refreshed, while others received interview notices or document requests after long periods of silence. It doesn't necessarily mean processing times have suddenly improved, but it does show that USCIS is trying to clear some of its older files as it prepares for the new fee schedule and updated policies coming in early 2026. For families who have been checking their case status every night before going to sleep, even a small update can bring a sense of relief, but at the same time, USCIS continued its strict approach toward incomplete submissions. This week again showed how quickly cases can be denied when something simple is missing. A tax transcript, a signature, an outdated form, or evidence that wasn't uploaded correctly. Under the administration's direction, officers are using immediate denials rather than issuing requests for more information in many categories. Immigration attorneys say they've seen more of these hard-stop decisions in the past few days, reminding everyone that accuracy has never mattered more than it does right now. Work permit applicants also experienced a shift this week. Many people waiting for EAD renewals or first-time approvals noticed faster decisions, especially in categories that had been experiencing heavy delays. It appears USCIS is temporarily redirecting internal resources to prevent thousands of work permits from expiring at the end of the year. For a lot of people, this sudden progress meant being able to keep a job or accept a new one, something that has been causing stress for months. But lawyers caution that this improvement could be temporary as new 2026 policies may change how EAD eligibility is reviewed. Meanwhile, families waiting abroad at the National Visa Center saw mixed news. Document review times continued improving, which brought a little hope after months of slow movement. But some consulates paused scheduling interviews again, especially for applicants from regions tied to ongoing travel ban discussions. The pauses don't mean the cases are canceled, they simply show that embassies are waiting for updated instructions from Washington. For families who have waited years for a reunion, this uncertainty can feel overwhelming, especially as the holidays approach. Travel concerns also dominated this week's conversations, with new travel ban proposals being discussed inside the administration. Many immigrants, including some green card holders, are trying to understand whether they should postpone or reconsider travel plans. While there is no new official restriction in effect at this moment, airports have already started preparing for enhanced screening procedures. Officers at ports of entry are being instructed to conduct additional questioning for travelers from certain regions, something that usually happens before a new policy rollout. Immigration experts are advising travelers to carry all supporting documentation, Avoid unnecessary trips and check for updates daily during this period. So, the December visa bulletin and those early projections for January 2026 were also a pretty big topic. Family categories are still moving slowly, and honestly, most folks didn't see any real change this month. There was a bit of progress in the employment-based categories, especially for some Indian applicants, but nothing that really points to a big shift just yet. Analysts are saying that early 2026 could bring more movement, but, that's really going to depend on how many applications pour into USCIS as we head into the new fee schedule. This week also brought some updates from the courts. One of the most closely watched cases at the Supreme Court is still moving forward. It's that challenge about how asylum seekers are treated at the border. Now, while this case doesn't directly impact family-based or employment-based immigration right now, it does show the broader direction that immigration policy is taking under the current administration. The ruling expected in 2026 could influence how border officers apply discretion, how asylum claims are processed, and how humanitarian protections are handled in the future. As the week comes to a close, the overall mood within the immigration community feels, complicated. Some people finally saw movement in their long-pending applications. Others experienced new delays or received unexpected denials. Families abroad are unsure whether interviews will go forward or be rescheduled again. And workers waiting for employment authorization document approvals feel both relieved and anxious. Relieved because their cards are being approved, and anxious because no one really knows how long this faster pace will continue. What's clear is that the immigration system is preparing for more changes as the year ends. The Trump administration's policy direction is becoming more defined, and agencies like USCIS and the State Department are adjusting their workflows to match. For anyone with a pending case, whether it's a green card, a work permit, a family petition, or a consular case, this is a moment to stay alert. Double-check your documents and keep a close eye on your USCIS online account or email. These final weeks of December may bring additional surprises, and being prepared will make all the difference. That's all we have for this bulletin. The United States Immigration News Channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about United States visitor visas, such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas.